For you, when was the first moment you realized or you felt inside that you were fa'afafini? Like, was it something that you felt from the outside world telling you who you are, or was it something you felt from the inside? Like, did you know other fa'afafinis when you were little?
Um, when I was young, I mean, talking about 6 years old, 7 years old, moving up to 8 and 9, I only know my classmate. My classmate was one of the Fafafine, and then we're so close. And deep inside of me, I mean, being a Fafafine, like inside of me, it says telling me that I'm a woman, and then I don't see any negative or outside of me about like who I am. Yeah, but when I was second grade, third grade, my feeling was strong about being a female. Yeah, because I usually go home and do all the fit out and all the clothes fit out, do all the chores at home, and then from right there, I finally sat down and think that, oh, I think I'm a woman because I'm doing all this stuff. And then since I grew up and I never do any male fit out, I just concentrate on female fit out.
But it was nothing like you mentioned that you had a conversation with your mom. Like, did she ever sit down and say like, you are from this point forward fa'afafini, or was it a natural thing? Like, did you go to school dressed as a girl?
When I go to school, I wear a uniform, school uniform, but usually I wear short and then like a blouse. So my mom usually dressed me up as a girl when I was young, and then I think it carries from there that my mom never wanted. I think my own point of view, I think my mom didn't want me to be a male. I think she strongly feel that I can be a woman at that time, and then she support me. And then not only that, I never, during my conversation with her, during all my my entire life, she never stated to me about you're a male, you're a male. She always kept telling me about the female role.
Do you think the role of fa'afafinis and women, do you think that sort of position is different? Or do you think they're kind of one and the same? Like, how is
I mean, the role of fa'afafine in Samoa is almost the same as the role of women in Samoa, because usually most fa'afafine, they do take care of their elders, and then that's the same way that most female do. And then right now in our culture, like most family depend on their fa'afafine child, is when they grow up, most of them take care of their elders. And then I think that's the main aspect that people are seeing right now, that they respect their fa'afafine because they're the one, like they're the strong one in the family who take care of their family and do all the stuff for the family. And not only that, they're the one that do, like taking care of the children if no one is gonna look after the children, if the family have children at home.
Right.
I think right now in the Samoan culture, fa'afafine are more, they have a lot of responsibility from the family, is to make sure that they do what they supposed to do, like taking care of the family. So that's a different role from the female in Samoa, because most female, they don't hardly take care of their children, but or taking care of their parent. So I think the fa'afafine are strongly the one that taking care of their family, especially the elders.
Are they granted kind of the same, like, can a fa'afafini be married to a man? Or is it not allowed?
I mean, it all depends. But in Samoa, there are different fa'afafine kind. There's drag queen one, and we don't see any gay one here. But usually we see the drag queen one, the one who dress up as a girl. So we hardly see any Fafafine going out with female. They usually look for their boyfriend. But I don't see any case or any situation here in Samoa with Fafafine and girls, like in relationship. But most of Fafafine here in Samoa are the one that usually people call it queens. They dress up like a female with their entire life. They don't dress up, they hardly dress up as a male, but they usually dress up a female. So there's a difference between the drag queen and a K one. So we don't see any K here in Samoa, but usually just a drag queen one.
Right. Can a feminine drag queen, Fa'afafine, marry a straight man?
We see relationships going on right now, but we never hear anything about feminine Fa'afafine marry a straight guy, but just a relationship going on. Yeah.
Is the relationship respected as if it were between a man and a woman?
The relationship is well respected here, but because usually they don't really go out to the public. They usually stay aside. Yeah, but there's some that they do go out, so people respect them as who they are. But as long as they're doing it right and be natural and all, so that doesn't bother the community.
Okay. Do you ever feel like there's any kind of discrimination or like social discrimination?
Well, here in American Samoa, I don't see any discrimination or social issue against Fa'afafine here, because Fa'afafine here in American Samoa is well respected because they do so many charity to the community. Usually they held annual pageant every year, and whenever they get from the pageant, like whatever amount of money they receive from the pageant, they donate it for charity. Usually they donate it to LBJ, which is our local hospital. If not, they donate it to our Nazareth home for older people in Fatu'ainga. And they do a lot of community service to help out with the community. So that's why you hardly see any discrimination against Fa'afafine here in Samoa. People do respect them and who they are. And then another main point that people in church organization, Fa'afafine are most active one. They help out with church activity and youth activity. So that's why you hardly see any discrimination, because people respect them as who they are, and they appreciate whatever they do for the community.
Right. And you said that you've had experiences outside of Samoa, like you went to a university in Hawaii.
I went to Shamla University, which is in Honolulu, and then my experience there is kind of different here in Samoa. Usually when I went to school, I was Fa'afafine. But when I was in Hawaii, I never more active as the one I'm here in Samoa. I mean, I go with low profile. I don't want people to think about me as a stranger or what. Usually I carry out my Fa'afafine role, but not as much as I am today here in Samoa.
So in Hawaii, did you dress like a boy, or did you
No, in
play
Hawaii,
it down?
I dress up natural, like the way I am right now. But I don't overreact it, like like on board with it, like over the board. Yeah, I dress up naturally, like not too much. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think those are all the questions I had. I mean, I was really interested in sort of how you came to your identity inside.
Another thing I would like to stress out more about the Fa'afafine here in Samoa. I think there are more Fa'afafine here in Samoa, in American Samoa, well educated. I mean, I'm talking about professionals, their professor, their background, and most of Fa'afafine here in Samoa usually work as a teacher with the Department of Education. Like 50%, or I would say 25% of them are teacher, and they're holding higher degree, and then they're a well-educated one, and they're well-respected with the community. And then it's different. I mean, I say it's different because we see a lot of Filipino in the classroom, and also their role as principal and like leaders of other organization and department. I mean, they mainly concentrate on what's best for them, and not only what's best for them, but also the best for the whole island of American Samoa.
Yeah. So in many ways, they are kind of the caretakers
Yeah.
in Samoa.
Yeah, I mean, they're the one that usually take care of family.
Okay.
I think that's
Thank you.
about it. Yeah.
Thank you.